Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you another movie review. This time we're going to be talking about 12 Rounds 2 Reloaded, which follows paramedic Nick Malloy, played by WWE superstar Randy Orton, who plays a deadly game of cat and mouse with a vengeful psychopath, Brian Markinson, connected to his past. The madman forces Nick to perform 12 challenges to stop a killing spree and save his wife. So yeah, I've been a wrestling fan all my life. Even if the product's been pretty spotty the past couple or few years, I always definitely enjoy the entertainment of it. And I've always really liked Randy Orton. He's been one of my favorites over the past 10 or so years. I really love his work sometimes between the ropes. So naturally, I decided to pick this up, 12 Rounds 2 Reloaded on Blu-ray, when I found it at a used CD, DVD, Blu-ray movie store, Video Game 2. I go there all the time. They have quite a bit of stuff for such a small place. This is only a few bucks, so I figured if I was going to get it, that would be the time. I seen the first 12 Rounds movie with John Cena quite a few years ago, probably closer to when that first came out. So I can't talk about that one too much right now, but it was alright. It had a alright sense of urgency to it. John Cena was fine. Aidan Gillian was a pretty good villain for the type of bad guy he was. Of course, him being a Littlefinger on Game of Thrones and stuff. The guy has talent. So this one, it's a similar premise, basically them being pushed again into these challenges with some kind of bad guy who has like a motive or his own personal reasons that he decides to concoct this whole setup for. But yeah, and I gotta say it was all right. I was ready to enjoy it, but honestly, I'm glad it wasn't more than a few bucks because this movie is pretty standard. I'm not saying the first 12 Rounds is a perfect movie, and like I said, I haven't seen it in a long time. But the movie this one didn't have the same sense of urgency, not to as good of an extent. Randy Orton, he didn't do a bad job. He was serviceable. Admittedly, maybe a little stiff and not the most emotive guy, at least acting wise in the world, but he was alright. His chemistry with his wife, played by Cindy Busby, was, again, alright. And I guess Randy Orton wasn't really the main issue with this movie. Like I said, the whole movie is just very standard. There isn't a whole lot of action to it. It's mostly just a lot of chase sequences and sort of like racing, to point A, point B type thing, which is the premise. It is what it is, but there's a couple fight scenes. I guess most of them are just like quick beatdowns Randy Orton has to do to get through the guy. Probably the greatest challenge he has is like this kind of slightly overweight Asian-looking security guard or something that sends Randy Orton flying down the stairs, which was kind of random. So there's not really much in the way of action there. I will say probably the best performance in the movie, though, is probably Brian Markinson, who plays our guy behind the whole thing. And his reasoning for it is pretty expected. It's not anything too shocking, but he puts a good amount of effort into it. I've seen him in some other things periodically, so he's probably the best acting wise. But still, he's not able to push anything past okay. It is short. I'll say that the runtime isn't very much. Yeah, it was, about an hour and a half, basically, maybe a few minutes past. So yeah, there's really not much more to say about it. It's pretty by the numbers. The plot goes pretty much exactly where you think it will go. There's not really much of a twist in it, unless for some reason you don't expect the personal connection at all or anything. If you've never seen a movie like this before or something. But yeah, the results and the end of the movie are pretty much what you'd expect just watching it right off the bat. So yeah, I wish I enjoyed this one a little bit more than I did. A few bucks, I don't know if I'd say it was a waste of money. But it wasn't completely terrible either, just sort of there, you know what I mean? So yeah, if I had to rate this one right now, I have it at about 73%. Just teetering on the C rating, maybe drifting into C- or lower, I'm not sure. But right now, that's what I have it at. Again, not terrible necessarily, just sort of functional at best. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this one. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.